You know how you click on some people's Instagram feed and it just looks, like everything you're scrolling by just looks beautiful, amazing, and all looks like a cohesive group. Today we're going to talk about how you can achieve that very same look. What's up guys, it's TJ with Darpino Media, and today we're talking about how to create an Instagram aesthetic. Whether it's for your personal page, whether it's your business page, making a cohesive looking Instagram feed is always good. Why would you want to create an aesthetic for your Instagram feed? Well, simply, it makes people want to stick on your page a little bit longer. It makes it a little bit more visually appealing to everyone who is clicking on your page and looking at your content. This is basically just a way to kind of make your Instagram feed look a little bit more cohesive and make everything just flow a little bit better. In order to create this aesthetic, there's really two things that you need to do. You need to decide what kind of aesthetic you're looking for. You know, what color schemes do you like? What kind of overall general look are you going for? Number two, you need to figure out what your content is going to be. If your content is a restaurant, if you take a picture of a hamburger and then you take a picture of a tree, they just don't mesh very well. It doesn't matter how much you try, unless you have some weird bizarre company that involves trees and burgers that I don't know about, but if that's what you have, then more power to you. People are going to want to see pictures of food over and over and over again, and plus that's going to look good as the aesthetic, so when people click on your page, that's all they're seeing is food. Basically, you want to keep one steady output. So always just keep that in mind, that people are expecting to see a certain thing from you, and you want to keep producing the same content for people in new and fun different ways. You can achieve this by using an Instagram filter. You can also achieve this by using a third-party app like something like Adobe Lightroom, which is what I use. I love Adobe Lightroom. You have a lot of control over everything. You can create your own presets and save them in there. It also comes with a bunch of other presets that you can choose from that are already built into it. Alright, so right now we're going to dive into Adobe Lightroom. I'm going to show you how to adjust a few certain things, and I'm going to teach you exactly how to create the preset, how to save it, and how to use it on your next photos. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and open up Lightroom now. Right here I have a set of photos that I took, and we're going to go ahead and open one of these photos up. And basically you're going to want to start from the beginning. For some people you can go ahead and hit auto. Sometimes that really does a good job, but for this purpose I'm going to go ahead and undo that. We're going to start with light, and basically you're going to play around with all of these settings that are in here. I'll show you what I use and what I tend to gravitate towards and what I like, and then you guys can just develop your own styles and unique little perspectives. For this one, I bumped up the contrast a bit. I also bumped up the highlights a bit because there's not a whole lot in there, but I wanted them to be kind of vivid. Shadows I brought down a tad. Whites I brought up. Blacks I brought down. And I think I'm going to bring the whites up a little bit more just to give it a little bit more pop. The color tab. Right here is your temperature. If you want to make it warmer or you want to make it colder, you can do so right there. With this one, I'm going to actually warm it up just a bit. I'm going to leave most of this other stuff alone, except maybe bring down saturation just a tad. Go in here to your actual colors, and this is where you really can have some fun. This is where you get to actually experiment with every single color that's in the photo. You have your reds, your oranges, yellows, greens, teal, blue, purple, magenta, everything that's in there. With this, I think I'm going to bring down the saturation of the reds a little bit. There's not much red in there, but whatever's are. The oranges, I'm going to bring those down just a tad. Going to make the orange a little bit more yellow. Yellow, I'm going to make that a little bit more orange. I'm going to saturate that a little bit. Luminance, I'm gonna bring that up and let it pop out a little bit. Onto the effects tab. Clarity is where you can get that kind of HDR look. Sometimes if you go too crazy, it looks a little bizarre. If you take it down, if I can ever get this to work, you take it down, it really softens up the photo a little bit too much there. But with this one, I think I'm going to bump up the clarity just a bit to give it a little bit more contrast. Vignette, I might put a little bit on there just to focus in on the subject a little bit. And most of these other things are just kind of, you know, correctional type things. I kind of like this so far. I kind of like the look of this. If you hold down on it, you can see the original image. If you let it go, you can see what it looks like now. And yeah, I like that. So now when you're happy, you want to go over to the little presets tab right here. You want to go up to these three dots right there. You want to hit create preset, and I'm going to name this IG tutorials, and then I'm just gonna hit done, check to save. Boom, IG tutorials added. You go into your user presets up here. You go into your user presets, they're all the way down at the bottom, and now you scroll down and you're gonna find IG tutorials right there. Boom. So now that you have that, you can go back into your images. You can select a different image. Let's go with this one right here. I'm gonna go to my presets, all the way down, IG tutorials, boom, and now you have similar photos, similar coloring, and obviously with different pictures, you're not always going to be able to use the same exact settings. Sometimes you're going to want to go in here, adjust the exposure quite a little bit, maybe adjust the shadows to make them pop a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, overall, you have the same general aesthetic, and basically all you have to do is click it one time. I hope you get some use out of this video. I hope you go ahead and create your own Instagram aesthetic. Tag me, show me your Instagram aesthetics. I'd love to see what you guys are doing. If you did enjoy this, please like, please subscribe, please comment below. I'm always here for any questions that you might have. Other than that, I'll see you next time.